Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents...
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make a quick video to note that I'd made another amazing scientific discovery and then pulled this up and saw we have a major volcano/earthquake signal in the south of the Gulf of Mexico. So keep that in your notes on top of everything else, as we have a bombogenesis storm bombing out now as we speak. But as you know, by doing this full time through y'all's support and contributions and donations to my PayPal, my Venmo, or the wonderful letters you send to my mailbox, the address is in the info link, I've done some amazing things. And it appears, not after calling this storm 6 months out, I've made another amazing discovery. And that discovery is, I realized that Hurricane Florence and Hurricane Michael were spaced out pretty much the exact same as the March 2019 bombogenesis storm and as today's storm. Do you see what I'm saying? That Hurricane Florence hit in September, the middle of September, and then Hurricane Michael hit in the middle of October. And so the March storm hit in the middle of March, and then now the storm we have today that is bombing out is hitting in the middle of April. And so they're pretty much spaced almost 25 days apart. The two storms, just like the two hurricanes were. And the thing that brings this all together is that I've been doing this off of the Eris conjunction. But clearly now, we have another planet in the whole Planet 9 orbital. I don't know if you've seen that. Let me do that. Planet 9. Sorry. I was really making this video because I wanted to do discovery and I tweeted it. I just wanted to kind of have notes so I can get it out there. I'll do a better video later, so you're just kind of with in my super sciencey brain where everybody's like spazzing out over the photo of a black hole, and I promise not to make black hole jokes for 3 more days. 2 more days technically now. Okay, so now we figured out the alignment of one of Eris. Now I just have to figure out which one of these things is the one that aligns about a month, 25 days before Eris does. And so what I figured out, if I'm correct, is that because Eris is the planet they found in 2005, 2006 that made them demote Pluto. That's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that later. But so yeah, so I am calling now that we will see this pattern repeat. We will have a major hurricane in September and a major hurricane in October. And this would follow the trend of like Florence and then Michael, and then the bombogenesis March, bombogenesis April, and then so we get our September hurricane and then our October hurricane. Now imagine this shifts. They're not going to stay in the same spot. So if it shifts west, that would mean the Gulf of Mexico, probably, I would guess, near San Antonio, Brownsville, Texas, possibly even near the Mexico border. That would be the area to watch out for. And then Florida would probably get hit. So the two places that would probably get hit if this pattern shifts west would be Texas and Florida. If they shift east, then hopefully the one would go out to sea, and then the second one, while it would still have a chance to go out to sea, I would guess it would nail the New England corridor, anywhere from like New York up through here. But definitely I would put it above Virginia. So that's what I'm doing. I called this storm today 6 months out. And so I am putting it out there, and I'm going to do a lot more research, hopefully, if I don't go homeless or get killed or whatever the hell all the trouble I've been through in the last few years, you know? It's like they don't want people talking about shit other than carbon. And, man, the sun, have you seen the sun? I'm going to do a whole video on that. Right now, the sun, and because like the SDO, wait, let me go to SDO. Sorry. Yeah, so, and another thing, like, we had this, the last, at every Eris conjunction, and this thing will pretty much be facing Earth when, on the 13th, which will be the Eris conjunction day. And so we have a major sunspot, and this is like a sunspot coronal filament structure. This is one of the craziest sunspots I've ever seen. And I've been doing this for a while, 6 years. I mean, look at that thing. It's like there's a giant spider on its face. And so this will pretty much line up with Eris. You know, when Eris is in line with Earth and the sun, this sunspot will be in line as well. And this was here the last time during the hurricane season, pretty sure, during the Eris alignment. And so things are crazy. And I'm just, you know, kind of sort of proud of myself that I'm figuring out all this shit, even though I'm one man under fire. With, you know, all the help of you guys, Asteroid Fight Club, Astonishers, and just super cool people out there who are like, you know what, I'm going to try and figure out some answers. I know science is like, oh, it's all carbon. That's all we want to talk about is carbon. Carbon's the only thing that matters. Well, that's not me, dude. The sun matters. Planets matter. All y'all matter. And so, there you go. I'm calling my shot, dude. 6 months out for hurricane season. Yep, I'm saying we definitely will have a minimum of 2. Remember, we got hit by 3 hurricanes last year and the year before that. And so, yeah, I'm calling my shot. It's either going to be, depending on the shift, it's either Texas, Florida, or I guess, worst case scenario, it could be Florida and then the East Coast. But hopefully, if we get lucky, one will go out to sea, and we only get hit by 1 hurricane this year. Although I guess there's a chance both could go out to sea. But we got 6 months to watch into it, and then I got to figure out why we're having the major storm pretty much 25 days ahead of the Eris alignment. I think I can do that. And so, I don't know, man. We're watching, like I said, shit, when I just turned this thing on. But dude, more and more, I know some of you guys don't want to hear this. I know it literally is going to give you cognitive dissonance. But you have to remember, I've been saying this since I started Thor News. I think the politicians are doing everything they can to distract us from the deteriorating weather conditions. I think it's all kabuki theater. Yeah, absolutely. You know? So I've been saying that for 6 years, man. I said it for like 4 years under Obama. And so I'm not changing my tune now that the color of the office has changed. I mean, red to blue. So if that offends you, I'm sorry, man. You need somebody on the planet who is not totally team Democrat or totally team Republican. I'm team everybody. Okay? And so that's why I risk my life every day for you guys, hoping we can pull out of this. But I don't know. The whole thing about the corn getting hit, and they knew, like, if they know what I know, they knew that this was coming. They knew this was going to get hit. So I would guess they shorted corn. And so gasoline is about to skyrocket because the ethanol, a lot of the corn got wiped out in the Nebraska floods from a month ago. And you know, so ethanol is like the biggest scam of all time. That's why, like I've been saying to everybody, like we are in an oil and war economy. Everything about our global structure is set up to keep war going and oil prices high. And I've been saying that for 6 years too. And so, you know, now that oil's back up to like 64 and on the biggest supply glut of all time, and now knowing that storm crushed the corn crops, so ethanol is shooting through the roofs, and the fact that we put ethanol in our gasoline is like the biggest scam ever. You know, it's like this. My buddy Fitzroy stopped by today, and he made this analogy that, like, what it is it's kind of like if you know how they cut baby powder into cocaine? It's like if you had a shortage of baby powder, and so cocaine is going to be more expensive because they have to buy the baby powder to cut into the cocaine. And that's what ethanol is. It's the baby powder that goes in your gasoline. Which is, cocaine gasoline. Am I making a good point here, man? You know, I love you guys. What a wild fucking adventure, man. I never imagined at this point in my life I would be one of the best scientists on the planet, and I would go so long without kissing a beautiful woman. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest. And remember, in January 2018, we had a 7.3 earthquake down here, so we were definitely watching for volcanic activity. This whole chain of islands is volcanoes, man. And the volcano Popocatépetl has been popping off for pretty much all year. And remember, will we have a major earthquake on the 11th of May? I don't know, but definitely towards the end of April, all through May, we're going to be watching out for volcano and earthquake activity. I've highly recommended for 6 years that we all work together. But man, the media is great about rolling out a new freak show for everybody pretty much every 1.3 days. So this is our storm that is still now going through the United States. I mean, so yeah, the whole point of this video was for me just to kind of get my theory out there. And so it's, you know, and we'll see. But hey, man, I called this storm 6 months ago. So at this point, I'm starting to think my theory is probably hard science. So yeah. So I just wanted you guys to know that, man, I don't know, I finished that video earlier. I worked on it forever. I just kind of sat here sad because there's this whole part where Wesley Snipes was talking about, oh man, I'm here for the business. I'm here for gasoline. I'm here for oil. And so it's like, I'm going to destroy everything. I'll cut that video together. It's much better if my editing describes it. Then, but so yeah, so what we have here is this is the 13th. This is the Eris alignment on the 13th, which is coming up. And then this would be our October 16th alignment. And so you had 25 days before this. And then right around this, we're pretty sure we're going to see major hurricanes. Are they definitely going to hit America? No, I can't say that. Like, I'll try and figure the tracks out, but I would pretty much bet that, yeah, one of them will hit, and there's a chance both will. But like I said, the fact that Hurricane Florence, Hurricane Michael are spaced out almost exactly the same as the March bombogenesis storm, and then the storm that is going through today, and it's all around the Eris alignment. At least the second storm always is. And it's enough for me to think that this pattern and trend will continue 6 months from now. And so, we got 6 more months to figure it out, get ready. So yeah, dude, I'm kind of proud of myself. And so, like I'm saying, if I'm watching this thing over here, like we're looking for the Eris pressure signature, it definitely seems like that thingy. Who knows, though? Man, Anyway, everybody stay cool. Yeah. Just remember, when the sun acts weird, people act weird. Earth weather acts weird. And so, yeah, if I'm acting a little weird, come on. Forgive me, baby. Or don't. You got free will. Unless Agent Smith has taken your mind over.
Thor News
is the record holder for stellar cool.
Claps of thunder announce this process somewhere on Earth as often as 50 times a second.
Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation.